Hello, fellow athletic trainers. My name is Jim Ave, and I am the professor for Kinesiology 792C, Practicum and Athletic Training number 1. I want to welcome you to this class and back to the fall semester. I believe this is our first class together. We actually have 3 classes together this semester, so we'll get to know each other very well by the end of the semester. Between the 3 courses. Hopefully you've downloaded the syllabus so you can have that in front of you. So I'm going to have several different announcements for our class for Kinesiology 792C. So in this particular presentation, I'm just going to give an overview of the class and some of my expectations, which will be similar to the other class that you're taking with me in the first 8 weeks, the Issues in Kinesiology course. As I like to do in all my classes, I like to have a syllabus, Bible verse in all my syllabi. And for this class, I have Colossians chapter 3, verse 17 from the New International Version. This is written by the Apostle Paul. He wrote to the Colossae church, and whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. I selected this particular verse. I thought it was appropriate for our class because this class is a practicum. You're really going to look at your own practice of athletic training. And so I thought that this verse talks about what we do and how we do it. We should do it to please God, please Jesus, and give God the Father thanks for the things that he has given us to do. Okay. I have my contact information there. Again, I have it blacked out in the presentation, but you have it there in the syllabus. My phone number, cell number, and email number. I'm on campus Tuesday through Thursday, 8 to 11 and 1 to 4. I have to take my lunch. Monday and Friday I work from home, but I'm still available to you. This class is 16 weeks in length, so it's all semester. Started on August 24th and ends on December 11th. And so this is a online class, and obviously you never come to campus. Course description, what are we doing in this class? In this particular course, what you're going to do is you're going to develop a professional portfolio to demonstrate your competency in the following Board of Certification Standards of Professional Practice. And we're going to work on Practice Standards 1, 2, and 3, and Code of Professional Responsibility 1, 2, and 3 through our class. I'll have a presentation talking about the actual signature assignment for this class as we get going. You can read all the mission statement, learning outcomes, all that fun stuff on your own. Textbooks, the only book that you actually had to buy was the textbook from Smith, Gordon T. Smith, Courage and Calling, Embracing Your God-Given Potential. I've provided you with the BOC Standards of Professional Practice. You can download those now. And the Code of Ethics, I have provided you those already in the class. And we'll go over to this course calendar here in just a bit. So our assignments for our class is you're going to develop your signature assignment if you haven't figured out yet in the classes in the program. Each class has what's called a signature assignment, and those assignments are designed to determine if you're meeting the course SLOs, student learning objectives, and the program SLOs. So you'll have 3 professional portfolios. That's really the meat of this class. There's 3 of those at 100 points each. In the first 3 weeks, I'm doing something new with this class. I'm actually having rough drafts for the professional portfolios, because what I have learned over the years is that with the first portfolio, students really struggle through that. So I want to help you know what I expect with those portfolios. And so we'll have rough drafts, and I'll talk about that. I'm actually going to have 3 separate presentations, one this week, one next week, and one in week 3 about each section to help you through that process. You'll do progress reports. I have a presentation on that. I have a presentation on the reflection paper, and I'll combine the progress report and encouraging calling, reflection, and forum with the progress report, all those in one presentation because they're kind of linked together. Okay, all your assignments are due in Moodle, and they're due at 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the date listed in the course schedule. If you turn in something late, it will result in a 25% grade reduction. Since this is a professional class and this is a professional, post-professional program, if something's going on in your life, I expect you to let me know what's going on. There's no real reason why assignments should be late. You have enough time in advance to know when things are due. But if something happens, you get sick, just let me know what's going on. If it becomes habitual, that's a different story. But stuff happens in our life. It happens in my life, and it happens in your life. When things happen in my life, I'll communicate that to you, that stuff's going on. That's going to affect me being able to get feedback to you. That's all I ask. Now, if you've been sick for like 4 days and you email me at 10 o'clock on a Sunday, I'd have been sick for 4 days. You should have emailed me a couple days before that. So let's just all be adults here and work with one another. This class is different than the other classes that you've taken in our grad program. In your other classes, you've had letter grades. This class is a credit or no credit course. You pass or fail, another way to think about it. In order to earn a credit in this class, you need to earn a B or 82% or greater on the professional portfolio assignments, the 3 of them, and the reflection paper assignment. So that's the standard for this class. If you, as it says here, if you don't agree with my grades, let me know and we can work through that. And I try to work with my students. I'm really here for you to be successful. We've already talked about the signature assignments, rubric, a C or a no credit for a class means you have to redo this class. If you earn a no credit in this course, obviously you didn't pass the course, so you have to redo it. But in other courses, if you earn a C, you have to redo that class because that means that the work was unacceptable. It's one difference between undergraduate here at FPU and graduate at FPU. You notice there's no D grade in these rubrics, and this is across all graduate courses. Alrighty. Course, my expectations of you, the student. This is a 3-unit class, which means you should expect to work about 10 to 20 hours per week in this class, but this class is different than a lot of the other classes in the graduate program. Since this is a practicum course, you will see in the schedule that we have the first 3 weeks I have assignments due every week because I'm having you work on your rough drafts. So we're going to be doing some things a little bit every week, but not as much as in some of your other classes. Really, a lot of things that you're going to be working on is your professional portfolio. So don't wait to the last minute to develop your portfolio. And one of the reasons why I'm having you to do rough drafts the first 3 weeks is hopefully get you kind of in a rhythm, know what is expected for those assignments. So the next time you do the other portfolios, you'll have an idea what you need to do. Now, since this is a practicum course, you are expected to work at least 9 hours per week working as an athletic trainer. This is usually not an issue with most students in this class. Number 3 and 4 I'm going to combine here. Check your FPU email daily, which most people do anyways, and get into the Moodle class in case I post some announcements in there. How I communicate with students in my classes is really 2 ways. I should have said this in my 777A announcement. I did that earlier today. I communicate two ways with students. One, in your papers, I'll provide you feedback within your paper directly, but when I'm trying to communicate as a class as a whole, I'll use the course announcements, and that will automatically be emailed to you, and that email goes to your FPU email. If you don't check your FPU email, please forward that email. There's a video in the Moodle orientation class to teach you how to forward your email, your FPU email, to an email that you actually check. And number 5, as all faculty, we expect you to read and follow the assignment directions. I try to provide detailed information, but if you're still not sure what to do, please ask. Use the Q&A form that's in the class to post your questions there. I'll get back to you very quickly with the questions. More than likely, other students have the exact same questions. That's why I use the form that way. So check the forum first to see if anybody else has posted the question there. If you think you know the answer, go ahead and answer it. And I'll affirm or not affirm if the answer is correct. But if your question is personal, your grades, your absence, those type of things, contact me directly. All right, let's go to the first appendix and kind of look at our schedule here. This is our class schedule for the fall. So like you'll see in Moodle, this week you're going to go ahead and just read the entire BOC Standards of Professional Practice. It's pretty short, it's only a couple pages. Then you'll read Chapter 1 of Courage and Calling. Then I have you watch some of these videos that are on the BOC website. I tell you which ones in the Moodle class, Moodle shell, which specific modules you need to watch. They're not that long. It's give you an overview of the BOC Standards of Professional Practice, so you have an idea what those things are about. So for your first portfolio, you're not doing every single one of the BOC codes. I'm going to use the short for codes for the professional responsibility. And you're not doing all the BOC practice standards for the first portfolio. You're only working on the first code and the first standard for this first portfolio. Your first portfolio is not, the complete portfolio is not due until September 20th. But what I'm going to have you do in week 1 is write one section or 2 sections for your portfolio as a rough draft. Try to do it as best as you can the first time, so I can give you feedback and so you can improve on it for your assignment. So that's due Sunday, August 30th, this first week. I have a extra credit assignment also in Moodle that you'll see, basically how'd you become an athletic trainer and some other things like that. Just for us to get to know each other. You guys have had class together. I haven't had you in a class yet, just so I get to know you. Week 2, you're going to have another rough draft for your professional portfolio. You're going to find artifacts, and then you're going to write that section, and that's due by September 6th. And then you have a progress report due on September 6th also. Then I'm doing something new this year. I'm actually going to have a form with this Courage and Calling assignment, which we'll talk about more, also due on the 6th. We have Labor Day. on Monday. You don't have to do anything in class. That's up to you. Your task for this week is write the reflections section. It's your draft. Again, that's due on September 13th. And then you'll have your threaded discussion on the courage and calling during that week. And then you should be reading chapters 2 and 3 of Courage and Calling. Then on week 4 of our class, you're going to submit your first professional portfolio, which you've been writing for the last 3 weeks. So really, you're going to almost have it done already because you've been doing rough drafts. And so it should be pretty much done before you even get to that point. You also turn in your Courage and Calling reflection form, which is the same thing as what you're writing, on the September 20th. And then we'll have to follow the same kind of pattern for the next 4 weeks. You'll have, except you're not going to have rough drafts. I assume you'll do those on your own and stay on top of things. So the 5th week, you read the Courage and Calling, have a threaded discussion. Week 2, you have a progress report due, and your initial Courage and Calling forum posting, and you can read through all that. That's kind of how our class is designed. Is every 4 weeks you'll turn in a professional portfolio, then you'll be interspersed with some threaded discussions and forums. Hopefully that's clear on what we are doing in our class. Again, I'm going to have I passed up the thing I was trying to get to. Where'd it go? I'm going to have another presentation on the progress reports combined with the Courage and Calling assignment, one on the reflection paper, and one on the professional portfolio assignments. I hope that this class is beneficial to you. I think in the long run it causes us to look at our own way we practice athletic training. And so hopefully this will be helpful and beneficial to you as an athletic trainer. As always, if you need help, ask. That's what I'm here to do.